welcome back. Good afternoon, whatever time of day you might find this video, welcome. So, I hope you enjoyed the couples reading that I did last night. And I've been thinking about it, and I'm wearing one of the bracelets that I'm going to be selling, that one. Just so you can kind of get an idea of what they're like. I was thinking about the video that I did last night, and I was thinking about how much our children are affected right now for some reason. Okay? And I was thinking about how our parents are, and this, you know, you might think, well, I don't have any kids, this isn't relevant for me, so I'm going to fast forward through this part. But I would encourage you not to, because even if you're a grandparent, if you're a parent, or if you're somebody who aspires to be a parent, this might be relevant to you at some point. But, you know, our parents are set in their ways, and they're not typically going to change a whole lot once we become adults. And we only have about 6,500 days from the time our children are born until they become 18. So we only have a certain amount of time to have an influence over our children and to really develop a relationship with them. And by the way, I'm not going to be doing the live today because I'm going to be spending some time with my daughter, who's 15. So, and she doesn't currently live with me. She lives with her grandmother because of my husband and I separating, and because of I had a friend that lived with me who had stage 4 cancer and died while she was staying with me, and that creeped my daughter out. So while we had her staying with us, my daughter moved in with her grandmother, and then before she could come back to stay with us, I moved out and then didn't have anywhere for her to go. Well, she could have come here, but she's creeped out by Miss Mary dying too, so she doesn't want to come here. But she's okay where she's at, and we have a good relationship. But I think the reason why we have a good relationship, because with her sisters, I have a really good relationship with my oldest daughter, but we're just not that close because we don't talk a lot. We don't see each other a lot, and we haven't seen each other a lot. Because she has always stayed with her grandmother as well. And it was all because of when I went to treatment in 2011, I had to leave my children somewhere. So I left them with my mom when I went to treatment. And when I came back, I gave them the option to decide. I gave them the ability to decide, do you want to come back and stay with me, or do you want to stay with your grandmother? And I think they were torn between wanting to come back and stay with me and wanting to stay with their grandmother. And I think the reason why they were torn is because they were afraid that I would do it again. And I haven't done it again, thankfully, but they didn't know if it was going to happen again. And they had, you know, found a place in life where they could be secure. They had all of their friends. They had everything they needed. And so I had to make a decision to be unselfish. And that was something that I had never really done, because in addiction we are very self-centered. And so one of the first really hard things that I had to do was to choose to let them choose where they wanted to stay. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, if you have children of any age, having a relationship with them, even adult children, is one of the most important things that we can have in life. And I have a fairly decent relationship with my mom, but I would love for it to be more. I would love for us to do more things together. Like when she plans trips or she does anything, she always plans for my sister to go with her. But they don't really ever include me, which is kind of hurtful. So I wish that in that respect, we get along great. Don't get me wrong, we get along great. My mom and my sister and I get along great. But they don't seem to really include me. And I'm not sure what what's going on there. And I've never really looked at it with the cards to find out why. But I can't be the only one that struggles with this type of thing. And if it's not, reverse role, you can always reverse roles. Like, you might be the grandparent and you might be taking care of children for your adult child who struggles with addiction. And maybe that's why I'm telling you this. It doesn't matter who has the children. But it's important that these children understand that they're loved. And we only have like these 6,500 days to show them that love and to have that influence before they start looking for it outside of that. And really, they start looking for it outside of that a lot younger. And I've always heard people say, you're not your children's friend, you're their parent. And I agree with that to a certain age. Because when children are really small, you can't be their friend, you have to be their parent. And sometimes you have to tear their ass up when they misbehave. But once a child gets to around 10, 11 years old, you have to transition from being a parent only to being a friend and a parent. And this is my reason why behind that. If you don't continue to try and see things from their perspective, from the perspective that a friend would see things from, you're going to cause a blockage in your relationship. Now, I'm not saying that you should agree with everything, because you're still their parent and you have to give them guidance. But if you can maintain that friendship through those teenage years, you're more likely to have an influence over them. And that's going to mean that sometimes you might have to compromise. Because as long as they will come to you when they have a problem and not only go to their peer group, then you still have an influence, even through some of the most challenging decisions they have to make. Some of the things that we don't want to think about them doing, like having their first drink, having their first sexual encounter, having their first cigarette. Damn, boy. Wow. Throat chakra. Because your kids are going to have those experiences. I mean, they might not all smoke, but they're all going to have sex. Eventually. I mean, we want to hope that our children will wait until they're married. And some of them do. I'm not saying that they all have sex before they're married. But if they decide to go down that path, if that's the path that they choose to go down, you don't want to be their friend and be like high-fiving them, good job, you got laid. But you want to be like, you need to be responsible if you're going to do this. I don't really think it's the best thing for you to do. But you have your, I can't be there with you all the time. So you have to make decisions that are healthy for you. And the most healthy thing I can tell you right now, that is, if you decide to do that, you might regret it. But, you need to use some kind of protection, because there's diseases, stuff like that. So it's important that we have a fertile ground. Like, our children can be looked at like we're planting seeds in their life. We have to choose what seeds we want to plant. And we're also planting seeds in their life when it comes to other people, when we have influence over them. Because if you are a grandparent or you are a parent, and you're co-parenting with another parent or grandparent, the things that you say and the things that you don't say are going to influence your children's thoughts and feelings towards another person. So if you are constantly bad-mouthing the other parent, then that child is going to feel the same way. Especially when they're real young. Now, when they get a little bit older, they're going to start looking at you sideways, unless you have forbidden them to be with that other parent. And that's a whole other video, when you've been forbidden to see your children. And nothing could be more hurtful than to be forbidden to see your children. And if that is the case, I can't imagine that there wouldn't be the ability to rebuild that. Now, sometimes it's court ordered, and you don't have a choice because your rights have been terminated. And that might be a whole nother video also. But because even if that's the case, they're going to get old enough eventually that they're going to want to know you. And no court order in this world is going to stop a child from getting to know their parent. No negative talk or thinking that, you know, because you're their mother or your father and they don't have the right, they don't have parental rights, thinking that you're gonna continue for the rest of their life to keep them from that parent is a deception on your part. You're deceiving yourself, because the child is gonna want to know who their parent is, and when they find out the truth had better be solid, because if not, it's gonna backfire on you. And if you are lying to a child about their other parent or their other grandparent, just because you have hard feelings with that person, the child is going to find out the truth. And then they're going to be angry at you, resentful at you for denying them access to their parent. It might take until they're in their 20s, sometimes even their 30s. But if what's meant to be is never going to pass somebody by, and if God or Spirit intended for that child to be a part of that person's life, and that person truly has changed, like maybe they were doing something that was destructive and that the child didn't need to be around, but people change. I'm living proof that people change. And once a person changes, if you still deny that child, you know, access to that person, and they're supposed to have access to that person, the universe is going to make it happen. Spirit's going to make it happen. So I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but it's going to mean something to somebody. All right, Spirit, what message do you have for the collective today? And the message may not have anything to do with that. That's just what I was feeling like I needed to say, because there's something going on with our children. And love is love, no matter where it's coming from. And just because you can't get along with somebody else is no reason to teach a child to hate on that person. And in fact, if you do that, you might be where all this negative energy is coming from. So be real careful with your words and with your actions when it comes to a child. Alright, Spirit. How are you working in the collective, in the virtue, Spirit? I have one daughter that she will talk to me when I'm around her, but she ignores me when I'm not. And I've looked at all my children's birth charts, and her ascending sign is Pisces. And so the fact that she hates what I do now, I know that our personality is influenced by our zodiac sign. It just is. And a lot of the personality traits that we have in psychology books come from the same traits that our zodiac signs come from. And one day, the things that she hates most about me, or that she dislikes, hate's a strong word, but dislikes about me, are going to be the very things that help her to get in her power and to get on her path. And so I have to look at it from that perspective. That right now I'm having to sacrifice being there, but one day my authenticity and my ability to be myself is going to be the very thing that helps her to be herself and to step into her power. And I'm not saying she'll do something like this, but she might. The way her placements are laid out is very possible. And she's gifted, very gifted. Alright, I have compassion, contentment, and stewardship. Managing what we've been given for God's glory and choosing to be satisfied with what God has given you. I don't know why the stewardship is there, but stewardship can be about how we spend our money, or it can be about how we spend our time. It's just about any gift that we have, managing it and using it for Spirit, okay? So that Spirit gets the credit, not us. All right. All right, Spirit, can you talk to me about how this happened? I want to go back to using these today for some reason. Spirit, is this what you want me to do? It's saying to use these other cards today for some reason. So bear with me, collective. We're going to use these today. Inner Goddess. Love your inner goddess. Alright, Spirit. How did this happen to the collective? How did this happen to the collective, Spirit? Oh, that's a lot, Spirit. Spirit says we're soul sisters, peacock priestess, lionesses, peonia, and we have a priority of purpose. This is going to be a lot, Spirit. Spirit says they'll get over it. This is what I'm telling you, so listen. Okay. All right, Spirit. Soul sisters. Soul sisters. So, for those of you who bear with me, I appreciate you. You are being emotionally and psychologically influenced by the people around you more than you may realize. Okay? Sometimes this is good. They uplift and inspire you and help you feel loved and loving. However, sometimes you can sense that being truly yourself in a situation could result in unwanted conflict, and you undermine yourself to keep the peace. You'll find that the moment you stop doing this, some difficulties you've been having in moving forward will fall away, almost as if by magic. The relationships worth holding on to can handle a little more truth, even if feathers get ruffled before being smoothed over with love once more. And isn't that kind of what I was just talking about with my daughter? And then Peacock Princess. Peacock Princess. That one is about knowing that you're enough. That you're enough as a mother, you're enough as a daughter, you're enough as a sister, and you're enough as a lover. It's about knowing that you're enough. If you feel impatient for something to happen or worried that you are not accomplishing all that you want to achieve quickly enough, then take heart. The universe is working with you, not against you, to bring your dreams to life. Even times when not much seems to be happening are a part of this creative process, balancing out the other times when energy becomes active and intense. What will be most helpful for you in your dreams right now is to rest. During this pleasurable rest, behind the scenes, some spiritual magic is going to be created. So right now, Spirit's saying there's nothing you can do about the situation. So give it a rest. Just give it a break. And then Lioness, number 26. Lioness. That has a Leo type energy to it. Number 26, Lioness. So somebody's being influenced by somebody else to not be themselves. But there's nothing you can do about it. Maybe you have a teenager that's being influenced by other people, and Spirit's saying right now there's not much you can do about it. But don't feel like you're not enough just because you can't. Okay? Number 26. Your ability to love yourself and be empowered is maturing. You are learning that the real beauty and value of you comes from within. You are learning to rise above emotional game playing with honesty. You can enjoy your attractiveness as a person without allowing it to control your life or your sense of self-worth. If others try to control you through their opinions about your appearance or in any other way, you will be strong enough to recognize it is their issue and nothing to do with you. Others will be attracted to your true inner beauty, appreciating your loveliness and enjoying how it helps them feel good about who they are too. And I think this is about this happening and you knowing that just because this is happening and people might talk about you or might try to make you feel like you're not enough as a woman or a man because you don't have any control over this situation. I think it's about you standing in your power and being like, you know what? Your opinion don't mean shit to me because this ain't about you. So why are you even here? And the people that should be there will be there and they will understand without you having to say a word. Alright, and then to number 27, Peonia. You are now being blessed with prosperity, abundance, and creativity. To enhance this time of joy and amplify your experience of grace, practice gratitude. Simply be happy for what you have and what is being given to you. The universe loves to keep on giving to those who are grateful and happy, and who give back to life from a heart with gratitude and a positive attitude. This is such a healing time for you. The healer within is awakening, and your ability to give and receive healing energy is becoming more powerful. Your soul connection to animals, plants, and crystals will support your healing and increase your energy to attract and create positive life situations for yourself and others. So right now, you're going through a transition from this wounded person over here. And this might be you who's being influenced. And Spirit's saying there's nothing you can do about this. These people that are trying to influence you, there's not much you can do because maybe you live with them or maybe it's your family. Spirit's saying be encouraged. It's going to be okay. The people who need to know, know. And you're going through some healing times right now. Spirit's taking you through some healing so that you can have this purpose that's coming up next. This beautiful purpose. And that is, you are a dreamer, but you are also meant to be a doer. It's the right time to cast off some of the demands of your time and attention that are keeping you from pursuing your true purpose. If you have a lot of dreams, that's fine, but it's wise to focus on what you can do right now. Allow your other dreams to prelocate in the background for a while. When it's time to take care of them, you'll know. For now, do what you can and don't be afraid to make a sacrifice or two along the way. Those sacrifices will be repaid in more ways than you currently know. You won't lose anything by dropping the distractions and going for it. So maybe you're holding on to this stuff back here because of guilt or because of shame or because of whatever reason. You're holding on to this. And Spirit's saying you can't do anything about that. Focus on yourself and this healing that's taking place so that I can prepare you for this purpose. And there's nothing wrong with you doing that. And don't make other people make you feel a certain way, because nobody can make you feel any way that you don't want to feel. You have control over how you feel. And you're going through a transformation, because I see it here with these butterfly wings on your back. And then on the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming is a beautiful bandit. So you're finally going to break free from this. And you're going to be this beautiful bandit. And that means that you can choose right now to feel good about yourself. If you've been beating yourself up, stop it. Don't let anyone else decide how you should feel about yourself. Take responsibility for your actions. And when you have done something that you feel is out of integrity, or you do something, wait a minute. Don't let anyone else decide how you should feel about yourself. Taking responsibility for your actions means that when you have done something that you feel is out of integrity, you do something about it. That is constructive and useful. Damning yourself with judgment or allowing another to steal your self-esteem is neither of those things. The Divine Mother is telling you to forgive yourself and use your energy now to live the best life that you can. It's time to take your life back. So that's just repeating what I just said. You're living in this pain. It's time to be strong and to get control over your emotions and to temper that so that you are not acting out of your brokenness and out of your pain, but you're allowing this healing to take place. Give yourself some rest. Stop worrying about all of this. so that I can help you to get into your purpose and stop worrying about what other people think. What other people think, screw other people's opinions. Look, people are going to have an opinion of you no matter what you do. You can try and please everybody all the time, and you're still going to have people who talk shit. So screw that. Do you, baby. Do you. And that way you can be happy while they're having these opinions, and you can be unaffected by it. Or it'll be a minimal effect at the greatest, because depending on the connection of the person that's doing this to you, like if it is a mother or a sister or a child, you know, it can be harder to have it not have an effect. But it is possible to have a minimal effect, okay? So that's how this happened. That's how this happened. You've been giving your power away to people that you don't have any control over, and Spirit wants to heal you from this so you can have this purpose in life, and you can affect your choices and decisions in the future. Oh, why did I put them away? Spirit, this is how it happened. What's being hidden from us? Spirit says what's being hidden from you is that you can be there for yourself. You have the ability to be there for yourself. You don't need these people's opinions and their thoughts and their beliefs about you to validate who you are. You can actually do that for yourself. Okay? Never allow somebody else's opinion or belief about who you are to be more important than your own. Okay? Alright, and what's being shown? What's being shown is that you're an earth goddess. You're an earth goddess. And I'm going to have to read what that means because I don't know for sure what that is. You're an earth goddess, baby. To live the dream, we have to surrender the fantasy. This can be painful. It feels like the end, when in fact it's the beginning. Once the pain passes, there's the joy of what we have been yearning for coming to life. It may not be as perfect as the fantasy, but it will be real and it can nourish us. We can build our appetite for life with dreams, but we cannot be fed by them. The soul requires real life experience to become fully alive, to have experience and grow. There's a fantasy that wants to become reality for you. Don't let a few gritty moments of human imperfections prevent you from experiencing the joy of heaven on earth. So just because you have a setback here doesn't mean it's never going to happen. Just what I was just telling you about my daughter. You know, I have to put off what I want now so I can have it later. It's called delayed gratification. And as much as I want my daughter to love me now, if I cave and I fold and I become a shell of myself, my daughter is going to see me as a shell of myself. And then when it's time for her to break out into her power and to do what she's supposed to do as her purpose in this life, she's going to be afraid to do it too. So somebody has to break the cycle here and be willing to make a sacrifice. And your parents probably aren't going to do it. Or whoever isn't opposed to the idea, however many people that might be, they're not going to be the ones to do it. They're not going to validate you in this process. You have to be strong enough to give yourself that validation and be wise enough to know that you're the only one whose validation besides God that you need in this life. All right, let me stop preaching. So what do we need to do, Spirit? What does the collective need to do? Can we just have one little thing at a time, Spirit? Don't overwhelm the collective now. Can we just have one thing? Spirit says, no, you can have two. Spirit says, I want you to be this beautiful bandit. I want you to be that beautiful bandit. I want you to be a rebel with a cause. And I want you to be a moon child. And then eventually you're going to be a Gaia. Oh, Spirit, you're making me do a lot of reading. And I don't mind as long as they don't. Alright, number 7. I always feel like nobody wants me to read to them. Number 7. Number 7 says, you have an opportunity to manifest something that you want very much. The divine wants to bless you with assistance to bring a cherished dream to life. Begin by admitting true desires of your heart, and then you will need to let go of control as you trust enough to let it happen. You'll know when you are doing this because you'll feel scared. You'll wonder if it's okay to surrender so much. It is. Ask for what you want and need without any shame, guilt, or hesitation, and then relax and allow the universe to bring it to you. And then on the bottom of the deck, it's 40, Gaia. That's what you don't see coming in. And this is what you need to do. It's the right time, or soon will be, for things to come together for you. If there's something that you really believe in but have been waiting for a long time to bring to life or to see succeed, here's good news that something is beginning to stir. And at the right time, things are going to fall into place. There is a bigger question of divine timing about these matters, and it's not that you are or are not doing something right. Do not give up. But do give in to the wiser timing of the Earth Mother, who knows how to grow all souls, all things, into perfect fullness of divine expression. Somebody's going through something similar to what I'm going through. And I think that they desperately want this relationship to be formed between themselves and these children. But Spirit is saying, be yourself, allow me to do a healing work in you so that when I do bring them back to you in my time, you'll be ready to embrace them and they will be ready to embrace you. Because while I'm working on your healing, Spirit is also working on theirs. Whether it looks like it or not, you might not see anything going on, but you can't see it all. There's no way you can see everything that's happening. And Spirit is doing things. Spirit is putting certain people in their lives at church, at work, at school. And they're having conversations that are enlightening them, that's helping them to grow into what they're supposed to be. And at the right time and in the right place, Spirit is going to put you back together. Even if you have to leave this situation for a while, completely leave it and have no contact with these people. When it's time, the universe will bring it back together. And this is indicating that that's about to start happening. So if this resonates with you, this is about to start happening. Spirit's saying it's almost time. I need you to do the healing work. I need you to be healthy mentally, physically, and spiritually, so that when these people come back into your life that you so desperately want in your life, you're ready to take care of this. But if you stay stuck in the pain of the loss and you don't move forward, when they come back, the universe can't bring them back. You won't be ready. Don't be the reason why the blessings don't come back to us. Collective. Don't be the reason why we can't have our blessing. Don't block your own blessings. Step into your power and do you. And don't feel guilty about it. Okay, what else? Spirit. Alright, let's find out here what Major Tarot is going on in this situation. How are you working behind the scenes, Spirit, or in the scenes? That was good. Spirit says, you can't see me because I'm hiding it from you. It's hidden. But guess what next month is? Hermit season, baby. Hermit season. Next month is Hermit season. Because we're going into Virgo season. And that's Virgo. Alright, so that's how Spirit's working in this. And there's hope for it. What do we have to do to get to that hope, though, Spirit? What's the energy to overcome here? And it's our own selves. It's this devil. It's this negative energy. And this hope. It's having hope for this negative energy. Having hope for whatever's happening. You hear my stomach growling? It's having hope that we can overcome this fighting and this friction and this negativity or these substance abuses or whatever's standing in the way of this being perfect. And then the High Priestess, baby, is how we pull it together. We use our intuition and our spiritual gifts. And then on the bottom of the deck is the Moon. It still is going to be hidden for a little while, Collective. Spirit is still going to keep this hidden for a little while. But we have to have this high priestess on point so we know that it's just a matter of time. And we're healing. The moon is about healing. It's about going through the healing that we need to go through to be ready for this to happen. All right, angels, how are you working in this situation to make this happen or to help us? Spirit's saying, I'm going to give you that gratitude you need, and believe it or not, I'm going to give you some communication. I have a toothache, and I don't even have a tooth there. So somebody might have a toothache this morning. That's crazy, ain't it? On the bottom right-hand side. All right, anything else you're giving us? Spirit said, I'm giving you this power. I'm giving you the ability to step into this power like a super freaking hero. Anything else? I'm giving you the ability to believe this is going to happen. And somebody's looking at pictures. And then there's angel of procrastination, because you feel like this is never going to happen. Spirit saying, if you keep staying in this pain and you procrastinate this healing, you can put the lessons off and decide, I don't want the lessons. But if you want the blessings, you have to have the lessons. It just is that. That's how it is. If you don't evolve in life and you don't grow and become what the situation needs in the future, then it's never going to happen. You're going to be stuck like Chuck. All right, Spirit. What spiritual gifts are you giving my high priestess here? Oh, baby. I'm going to give you a seedling. Plant them seeds. Plant them seeds, collective. Why aren't you planting these seeds? Spirit says I'm going to help you plant some seeds. What else, Spirit? Spirit says I'm going to give you a tower about this third eye of yours. I'm going to give you a tower. An epiphany. I'm going to give you constant epiphanies about this. One more time. What else, Spirit? Spirit says I'm going to give you some numbers. So when you start seeing 1111 and 1234 and 333 and 888 or whatever you're seeing, 777. One day I saw a bus and the phone number on the bus was 777 777 7777. And then later that day I was seeing like 717, 727. I mean, when you see those things, look them up to see what they mean. Because Spirit is talking to you. Your angels and spirit guides are trying to communicate things to you about how you can maintain the growth that you need. And look, I have the wrong card in here. Again, this angel of learning keeps popping out of the wrong deck. You hear my stomach growling? They want to teach you stuff. These angels are trying to teach you something. That damn card keeps popping out of the wrong deck, y'all. One more time, Spirit. Oh, there's my travel card. And I want to tell you, and then there's going to be this celebration. I'm going to tell you what I think about this travel card. Somebody may have left you and you feel devastated. Or you might be having to leave somebody else and you feel devastated. Like, this is the end of the world, because if I leave now, this is never going to happen. But Spirit is saying that on this journey you're going on is where you're going to run into this person. Alright, y'all. You know how I always say that everything that happens in a reading is a part of the reading. Well, as soon as I said this journey you're going on is going to be where you run into this person, the phone rang. And I haven't said anything about this because I keep things quiet because I don't want to give away anybody else's personal information. But that was my friend who's incarcerated. The CD initials. And I didn't say anything, but the tower that we had the other day, I've been begging for months for him to be moved closer to home so he can have he's got cancer, so he can have the chemotherapy. And have had no success with getting the transfer done. And I've called the governor and I've called everybody I can call. Well, they told us a couple days ago, well, they told him and he told us, that the whole prison where he's at is being shut down because of staffing issues, and they have to transfer everybody out of there. So he's being moved to another prison in the next day or two, and more than likely he's going to be moved closer to home because he's close enough to finishing his time that he's ready for the re-entry part of the prison phase. So we'll see. But I'm telling you, this travel card that keeps coming up, this travel card was coming up before he ever found out he was moving. Somebody's having to move. And you think it's a bad thing. But Spirit is saying, whatever you're going to learn while you're gone is going to help you to believe. Whatever you're going to learn, or whatever, this person might already be gone. They might have already traveled. They might have already had to leave. But whatever is happening while they're gone is going to be what brings this together. But you have to do the healing work. Or they do, or both. Maybe both. Or it might be more than one person. Because I have Virgo here, I have Capricorn here, I have Aquarius here, and then I have Virgo and Cancer. Alright, so, what else, Spirit? What else? I think that's all we're going to do for that. Let's pull some tarot on this. Talk to me about the Hermit, Spirit. Why is the Hermit here? The Hermit's here because you don't see it. I'm hiding it from you, but this new start that's about to happen. It hasn't quite happened yet, but there's a new start that's about to happen, y'all. And there's your little book that you need to be learning. There's your journal that you're learning. You're learning stuff. You're taking notes for this new start. You're praying about it. You might even feel like a fool. You might, because this person is risk-taking. This is somebody who's willing to take a risk. Alright. Why is the devil in reverse with the Star, Spirit? What is their hope for us to stop? What is their hope for this talk to me about this negative, this overcoming energy. What is it that we need to overcome? Judgment. Spirit says you don't need to do anything. The universe is about to set this right. We are about to clear karma for this entire situation from every direction. All you have to do is trust me. See her holding her hand out for you to trust? This is an angel wanting you to trust. Just trust me. I got this, y'all. This is major arcanas, clarifying major arcanas. Alright, why is the High Priestess here? This is you, more than likely. Why is this High Priestess here? Because you or somebody will not take this love. This is the part where you have to do your healing. You have to heal from this person not taking your love. It's time for you to heal from that. What about the Four? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Cancer, you're on the floor, baby. There's a female energy that's giving too much. There's somebody who's been... No, it's actually balanced now. It was balanced. It's balanced by a new cup. There's a female here that you want to exchange your love with. You want to give equally with. There's somebody in your life that you want to give equally with. And they haven't been taking your love. And Spirit is saying, I'm going to end a third party. This can be a person or a place or a thing. Because there's too many cups here. There's too damn many cups in this picture. And they're not all good cups either, are they? Well, Spirit says I'm going to get rid of that. And it's on the floor now. I'm going to get rid of that, and I want you to love yourself. Or, let's see, this might be this new love. Clarify this Ace of Cups, Spirit. That might be this person here. Death in reverse. That's Scorpio. Why is this transformation? This is about you transforming. Because you can't end this nightmare. You cannot end it until you start working on it. You have to work on it. And I'm going to transform this situation. And I'm going to move some shit around so you can finally work on it. In my situation, that third party might be the prison. But I'm about to move some shit around so you can work on this. Why is the moon here on the bottom of the deck? Can I get good, strong answers, please? Why is the moon here? You might have to drink from your own cup for a minute. Because somebody's hurt. Somebody's got some wounds. Just what I was saying. You got some hurts. You've been hurt. And you have to heal that hurt so you'll be ready when this third party ends. If this third party ends and you haven't healed these hurts, the universe is not going to bring this back together because you're not ready. Clarify that to be true. Spirit says you better start manifesting the end of these wounds. Bam! Damn it, boy. Look at this, y'all. Oh, I got chills from head to freaking toe. Spirit said you better manifest the end of this, High Priestess. You better get busy. You have manifested the end of this third party. And whether you want to believe it or not, it's happening. What might this look like once this ending happens for this third party, Holy Spirit? Can you show me what it's going to look like when this third party ends? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This is upside down, y'all, because, holy shit, y'all. This was turned over in the deck. So, this prison, you coming out of this prison, okay? Boom, y'all. That's exactly what I just said. You're coming out of the prison, and you're about to start something that you are very, very passionate about starting. And the only reason it's coming out in reverse is because it hasn't happened yet. Anything else, Spirit? Right now you're feeling left out in the cold. But Spirit says, I'm about to make this happen and you are not ready for it. You better start using your intuition. You better start planning on where you're going to move. Somebody needs to plan on where they're going to move. Because this third party is about to end for somebody. Damn it, boy. Look who's on the bottom of the deck, baby. I am not complicating this message, y'all. I'm not. Oh, Spirit. Talk to me about this situation, Spirit. Can you give me some beautiful, beautiful cards for this? Spirit says these obstacles. There's obstacles that I'm working on. I'm working on this, and I need you to work on them healing them wounds, because unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. You're blocking your own blessing, baby. Your unhealed wounds are the obstacles to your own blessings. To this passion. To this passion. What else? Spirit. Alright, let me get some of these. What do I want to get? Let me see what you might need to surrender to get there. What do they need to surrender? What do we need to surrender to get out of our own way, Spirit, and allow this to take place? What do we need to surrender? You see, it's very specific. Spirit's making it specific. Stop thinking obsessively. Your obsession and this thinking that you're doing all the time is not helping. It's not helping. You have to get that under control. And you have to be able to receive. You can't receive support and love if you're wounded. You're going to be guarded. What else, Spirit? Stop being afraid of intimacy. Stop being afraid of letting people get close to you. Put down your guard. Put down your guard, collective. And stop being attached to what the results should be here. The universe is about to do something freaking amazing for you, and you don't see it coming. And surrender to prayer. Surrender to prayer. Alright, Spirit. Talk to me about the collective out of these cards. What message do you have? Dreams, willpower, and psychic abilities. Some of you might be having dreams. I know I had one that my friend was going to be coming out of prison early last Sunday night. So you might be having dreams. But why is your willpower between your dreams and your psychic abilities? Why is willpower in between here, Spirit? You're trying to do this in your own strength. You're trying to make this happen in your own strength. Because of this commitment. Because of your money. Because of your courage. Your talent in this new beginning. And how beautiful and prosperous it's going to be. So I don't want you to make a commitment that's going to help your financial health. Whatever this is, you might have to move for a job. Spirit's saying, be courageous. You have talent for this new start. And it's going to be beautiful and prosperous. Spirit might be giving you the strength, the willpower. For this fucking travel. Somebody's going on this trip. Somebody's on fixing to leave to go on this trip. Y'all. I'm done. I'm done. Alright, I have dream, hope, trust, love. Dream, hope, trust, love. Dream, hope, trust, love. I have this cat. Lucky. Somebody might be about to get lucky. I have an elephant. I have a whale tail or a mermaid tail. I have I love you infinity. I have the twins inside of a heart. I have my dragonfly. Boom meow. Boom meow. I have another elephant. I have those angels watching over them children on that bridge. I have a piece of crystal. I have a unicorn. I have two hearts connected. They won't let me hold them this morning. I have that tower. I have north, south, east, and west. I have a oh baby, I have two dragonflies. This is definitely our message, y'all. I have a Mickey Mouse key. I have Hello Kitty. Hey, kitty. I have elephant tusks. I have an angel. I have an acorn. Because what's fixing to grow here is going to turn into a tree of life. A family tree. From that little tiny seed you planted. I have a hand for intuition, and I have another key. There's two keys here. One of them is the key to the kingdom. Baby. Trinkets from this other bowl, please, Holy Spirit. I have a ball. I have my Kundalini trinket. I have a horse. I have another tower. I have some tiger's eye. I have a sailboat. I have an angel wing. I have the love between a grandmother and granddaughter is forever. I love you to the moon and back. I choose strength. The metal headgear. The music note with the skull on it. A rocking horse for a baby. Another horse. An arrow with a heart. A cactus. Because sometimes we have pricks in our lives. A heart in German. Another sailboat. Infinity sign, and another hand that says made with love. And it definitely was, collective. Let's get rocks before we get out of here. And I hope you've enjoyed this message. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. You remember I said back here you were going to get communication? And before we got to the end of this message, I got mine. I have strength, commitment, freedom, commitment again, and kindness. And let me tell you something. It might not be the communication from that. It might be that I'm going to hear from this child of mine that don't like to talk to me. I don't know. I don't know everything. All I know is what's coming out on this board. And Spirit says, I got this. The universe is about to right a wrong that you didn't never think would be made right. So take it as it resonates. I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Let me know. Let me know when this happens, because Spirit says it's going to happen. All right.